Bloom, bloom. Google has taken us live. It is the Kent Beck Scrum on a Tuesday. Federico is here, and I am here. Federico, how are things going with you?
Hey, they're going pretty well. Let's see here. RSpec Mob. Today we're on chapter 11,
Mm.
which is dealing with RSpec matchers. And yeah, that went pretty well. There was Sigu and Brent. Did run into a little snag with some nested matches thing. I don't know, IRB thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I was just taking a look at that right now.
Mm.
Um, One other thing is that this Thursday, yes, the Phoenix One kickoff meeting
Indeed.
is set to
Taking
go.
place. Yep, yep.
Uh, there might be the problem that we might have more than 10 people attending, so might have to switch to live feed.
Mm-hmm.
Or what I don't want to do is Jitsi.
No.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, yeah. Go on.
yeah. No, no. I was just making note of that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Although I think generally, one should plan that for every 10 people who say that they will attend, 5 will actually attend. That's been
Yes.
my experience.
Yeah.
So
Exactly true. I'm kind of counting on that.
yeah. Well, and I mean, I think if there's lots of people and some people coming to hang out, that's great. It's creating a buzz, and there's, I mean, independently of whether you're using just your Hangouts, people can go on the live feed and they can use Slack to ask questions. So I think you will not have a problem. Anything blocking you at all?
No, I just brought up that little thing with RSpec.
RSpec, yeah, we could have a look at that at the end of the Scrum if you wanted to.
Yeah, sure.
Check it out. I will just do my updates.
Yeah.
Then, which include, feeling like I'm like in a dream where I'm like running super slowly, or at least that's what it feels with it. I don't know. It's like fast in the morning. When I do the blog, and I'm like, yes, and I got out today. Now I've actually finally managed to hyperlink the Slack post. Did you notice that the Slack?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they're hyperlink, which I think is less messy. I think there is further cleanup. There's no reason that both of them need to have the date in them. Like, anyway, but I have in fact also saved Agile Ventures like $21 a month by now completely turning off the Agile bot, separate microservice, and now it's just pure Ruby code with all nicely wrapped in RSpec tests in the website one monolith, and I'm quite pleased with that. And yeah, so general pleasantness. But having got that done, yeah, I guess otherwise good progress. I've been working on the new Y project, and I've done an Ethereum transaction on my local system. It's interesting. Other things that have happened, I have actually managed to update all of our internship and trustee opportunities and put them in the opportunities page and link it all up and refresh, and we'll see if anybody applies. So
yeah, notice that. Yeah, nice job.
Yeah, pleased to get that done. The things that I basically I have to get the latest month NHS report done, and I have to get the AV report done, and sort of checking with all the premium folks, and then and there's autograded stuff, and there's just like a big wave of general stuff going on. But I think it's kind of okay. We're kind of looking forward to the Elixir mob tomorrow. Having lots of chats with people in Twitter about setting up pairing sessions. Had a fantastic pairing session with Thomas. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Thomas C. Let's say on Sunday. Looking forward to doing more of those. Yeah. So yeah, have you got an RSpec thing that we could have a little look at?
Yeah, let's do that.
Am I in the workspace that?
Yeah, this is the Agile Ventures
mob. It's in there. Yeah.
Send you that real quickly.
I've got it in my history, I expect.
So it's in the chat.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't have it fast enough. Good show. All right, yeah. I am in. It's coming up. Yeah. Anyway, but tell me. Yes, this is about making a custom matcher or using an existing matcher.
No, so I think the problem is it's regular built-in matchers, and for some reason, so this is real messy. Let me.
You want to like change it so that you've got the like it rather than side by side, that you've got two rows instead of two columns?
Yeah. And this, by the way, this works out a lot more nicely. This 2-column thing. Let's see right there, and then close this out. And
Yay.
but in terms of being in the IRB, it works out a lot more nicely side by side column right there, with more than one person typing.
Sure.
So this was a lot easier the way it was just
no worries. All right, so you're in IRB there, right? And you've required the RSpec elements into IRB, and then you are kind of manipulating some things and hitting some things, and so something is happening that you don't expect to happen.
Right. So where we hit a snag is like right here in this nested one, where it's not recognizing like the nested matcher within this matcher include. So specifically, it's when we use include for some reason. So I mean, we're getting a wrong argument type matcher. Yeah, and we're getting that error when we use include for some reason, and we just couldn't figure it out. We kind of punted to figure it out by next week.
Yeah, I mean, what's particularly strange about what I'm looking at there is that you've got exactly the same command on the next line. It's giving you a different error.
Right here.
Yeah. Oh, you've got has key and have key. Oh, okay, there you go. Sorry, I now see the difference between the two of them. Yeah. Now, and I guess like I can't see. I think I'm in this workspace, but I can't see that IRB. So I can't like go in there and like type things, which is.
See, that may be a side effect of the. Do you have it like this, set up like this? Do you want to try to set it up in like a column format?
I have it in a column format as well. I mean, I guess I have, you know, like I'm in Agile Ventures Mob here, which has also got the React stuff in it. And I guess like I've got things open from the last time that I was in React, doing the React Mob, I guess. Just closing those things. And I guess it's maybe that the terminal was created when I was not. I mean, I guess that the interesting thing to do is, so you're not doing this. We could step through. I mean, actually, maybe the thing to do here, although I should go to the NHS Wiki meeting, but that's, you know, not like a biggie.
So my suggestion, if we have enough time, is just to start a new one.
Well, that's what I was going to do here. Yeah, exactly. New terminal and do IRB. And do you want to like so? What was so specifically the instance that you're trying to kind of work with here? Like, do you want to go back to the commands that you had like on your screen? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So you're doing require RSpec /core.
Yeah.
And then require RSpec expectations.
Yeah, that should be enough.
Right, and then so the specific example is then setting up these hashes. So I mean, you've done various different bits and pieces and so on. I guess is this sort of thrashing? This was that they're all attempts to do the same thing in one form or another, are they?
Yes. If I could pull it up right here. So this is a specific one right here.
So. Okay, all right, yeah, no, stay there. So so you've got like an array of hashes.
Yeah.
Which is, and I guess the other thing to consider here is which version of RSpec is available in the workspace.
So we have 3.6. So I already checked that.
Right, but are there potentially multiple versions in the workspace? Like if we do gem list grep RSpec, see what it's like there. So we've got 3.6 and 3.5 are available. And so I guess we could probably assume that the versions that are pulled in here are 3.6. I don't know if there's a way to explicitly check that from here. So we've now got array of hashes, and you want to expect the array hashes names to include, and then you're trying for have key, and then lol, like this.
Right.
And I'm getting expect to be undefined. Is there another step that is required to bring that keyword in? We've required RSpec core. We've required RSpec expectations. Do you have? I've got the book.
Yes, I do recall that. We have to add the matches, and let me just show you what that is real quick. That is, it's kind of a lot of mess here. It is, wow, this is unreadable, isn't it? So
I mean, and which, like, presumably they go through this at the beginning of the chapter, or like, can you? Like, I've actually got the book here with me, so can you specify? Probably not which page it's, or do you have the PDF there? What do you
yes,
have?
it's 203.
Oh, 203. Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah.
So 203 block matches. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got object attributes. Expect URI to include not having attributes. Yeah. I mean, they're clearly running it from the command line. I did go through this when I reviewed it.
Yeah, we do have to include something. I'm trying to find the exact syntax.
Yeah.
It's include RSpec, scope operator matches, something like that.
Right. And it's presumably you must have, if you just hit up arrow in your IRB.
Oh,
Right,
yes, good idea.
you'll get like a easy step through sequence of the things that you did previously in that.
So it is. Actually, it was Brent who typed it in, but it should still be there.
There you go. Include our specs. Yeah. So include our spec.
Scope operator matches, yeah.
Right. Okay. So now, okay. The wrong argument type prospect which has. So you've been trying with that, and then that's right. So we replicated the two issues there. I mean, I guess the interesting thing. I mean, can we say, like, we'll include work for passing it to something like this? So it says no, wrong argument type hash. Right, and well, they say actually. So in the book, it's saying you want to be able to do an object having attributes like that. Did you mean? I did mean an object, strangely. And that says alias matcher. Interesting. I mean, that's all that. That's attributes rather than. But you said 203 on the book for me on page 203. It doesn't mention these include things. It's got like block matches.
No, it's right before that. It's just. I'm sorry. It was 203 of the PDF. It was. Give me a second. 203. That was just the line that we ran.
I think I found it. I found it now. Yeah. So I've got, this is like 195 of the book. They've got a hash. I mean, yeah. So what we should be able to do is back up to, like, if we had a hash, which was if we take the first element out of this, and expect that to have key like this, that works. Okay. So
specifically, yeah, when we're nesting.
No, it's nesting them. So nice readable noun phrase. No. Yeah, okay. So array of hat. So yeah. to include it, and then to include have key. Yes, I mean, yeah, I think that I don't see you doing anything wrong here.
Right.
What I would be tempted to do is get out of IRB
So that's
and
what it. Yeah.
yeah, have you written a file with the stuff in?
No. I started to, but I ran into a couple. Okay, so I think we got that same error.
You know, I'm getting exactly the same error in a new thing, and this is yeah. I mean, this is the exact syntax that they are suggesting should work. You know, and like so, the particular difficulty I'd say here in IRB is I don't know how we can explicitly check what version of RSpec we're using. Whereas if we had a file and we had those in, then we could have a gem file, we could lock it, we could do it with
Yeah.
you know, like
Well, it does tell us, by
exec.
the way, that we're using 3.6. I mean, in the error messages.
Does it?
Yeah.
I guess yeah, I am seeing some 3.6 there. But for example, is the book tied to 3.5 or 3.6?
3.6.
You think?
Yeah, I'm positive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But so yeah, I mean, my next step here would be to put this in a very small repo that runs and fails and submit it to the guys, because it may have been that they made some change in the latest version of 6 that broke this.
Yeah.
Because it's very specifically not working unless now they in their example here they don't show what array of hashes should be, other than, you know, we can infer obviously that an array of hashes should look something like this, but they're not providing any more information than that to include a key. I mean, the other thing, which you may have already done, it's have key is the explicit one. We've got the error message. There's nothing recent enough that's going to be related to that. Yeah. So have you got are you working? Is it spec here that you're working in?
No, it's no, that's way early from like chapter 2 or something with Matt. Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of, instead of having a single RSpec folder and then different chapters, you've kind of been popping different folders in various places
Okay.
throughout the workspace.
So we had chapter 8, if you see it right there.
I do, yes.
And then since then it's been almost exclusively IRB.
Okay.
So yeah, and then the main big app was expense tracker.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah, so it might be an idea to like migrate everything under a single directory. Sort of new file here. So this is specifically for composed things.
Yeah.
And so in here, we've got like, no, that's the wrong thing. This. Describe. Presumably they've also like got they've got their executable documentation on this somewhere, one would hope.
Yeah. No, not for this example, no.
Okay. So that's one of the corner cases, isn't it?
So I mean, usually they do, but
Yes, indeed.
but not for this one, yeah.
Right. So, and the specific thing, well, no, I can't find on my history that, come on with you. To include loop alerts of this one here. So in principle,
If you want to copy the gem file from like chapter 8 or expense tracker.
well, I was just going to start off by seeing if I could run RSpec here on composed spec and see what happens there. So that's parsing.
Yeah.
So I suspect, and that I had a feeling that might happen. The I think the issue, this might be related to the way that's being set up on IRB. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
What don't you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there'll be some. I mean, I think that's the, like the being able to do it on IRB is a bit of a hack. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah, there'll be some. So I think that they've uh, that they're correct in the book in that one can use this like in this fashion in this, but there's presumably some, like if we consider the error message that we're getting there, which was there we go, wrong argument type RSpec matches built in has, like there's some kind of, there's something missing. Now maybe there's some way to like pull in the RSpec stuff on the IRB such that it would work, and you could absolutely open an issue on the RSpec and they might let you know what that is.
Yeah, I think we'll just move on.
Okay. Well, you could get kudos for like exposing a floor there, but yeah.
So what I'm saying right there, I wonder, you just said, well, I don't know. I'm just curious if you just did a require RSpec.
Oh, here.
Yeah, if that would work. I kind of doubt it. But do you understand what I'm trying to say? Instead of
totally.
RSpec.
Yeah. Well, I think the difficulty there, part of the problem I think with trying to do something like this is that we're doing it outside of like this. Yeah. So we can define that. I mean, I think conceivably for here, if we then like were able to get, so if we get this is like spec equals, so they're like maybe some way to run this, and it runs and returns false. But so I think there's a big difference between something sitting on the command line directly and it being nested within these blocks, right? Because the it and the describe do all sorts of kind of setup, and then this is a
That's right. Yeah.
function that's being passed in. So
yeah. Okay. Well, so we kind of have that set up. Thanks for setting up that file, and I'll just run it by Brent and Sigu next week.
Mm-hmm. But I think showing the difference between the two things and opening an issue on RSpec is a great, like, have the discussion with the for the people who donated the book, right? That's like the kind of feedback that they want,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And so if you're not interested in opening the ticket, I'll do it and get the kudos from them, but to let me know.
Oh, well, since you offered.
Okay, well, I'll do that now. If you're less interested in doing it,
I'm very less interested in doing it.
All right, not a problem. I'm really interested, so I'll do it. So RSpec, do they have? Is it like a separate? It's expected. Does matches exist? Oh, it's collection matches. I guess it would be this.
It's within expectations.
You think?
Yeah.
So expectations, and we talked that these are about they're composed. You might also composed. Okay, new issue. Composed matcher works in a block, but not from RB. We're working through the book, and notice that while this code works, when in a file run from a command line, we can't get it to work from RB. Then I can just take this and we can say, so the error we were getting here is this one. So bonk, grab that, do that here. and remove the components that are not necessarily. So that's junk. That's junk. That's also my junk. Okay, and that's not connected either. Missing has key. We tried has key. That was have key. Actually, that's the error there. So we didn't need those. And so that goes down there. We get rid of that because that's silly. Yes. Here we go. We'll say any ideas. Here we go. And you can share that with the guys.
Okay.
All right.
And maybe by next week we'll have an answer.
Indeed, indeed.
Cool.
The beauty.
Well, thanks a lot for.
Hey,
Yeah.
my pleasure. Thanks for taking the lead on the artifact mob. It's, I think, great to have.
Yeah.
We had Sigu and Brent in there. Cool beans. All right. Well, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't suppose I will run a. Gosh, what's it called? The NHS thing, because the update basically is that we've got some new spam things. They've been caught in the filter. I have enabled the PDFs. They're very happy with the PDF functionality, and I've just got to write the report. So that's it. That's my update. That was the British Wiki. I should go get some tea and then do my report. All right. I guess I'll see you in the Elixir mob tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good.
Bye for now.
Bye, Sam.